Good morning, Refine users. Marta Lockley here with a little quick tip for editing. Today I am going to focus on extremely backlit images and how to maintain more data in the back of your image without overexposing or blowing the image out. There's a way that most people tend to do it, and then there's a way that works really well with Refined based on the curves and such that's built into Refined. So let me just go ahead and get started so this isn't too long. This is a lovely image by, let me see if I say this correctly, Manya Kesloff. So we're going to start with this image, and this other one is by Bogdan Peptine. So let me go ahead and get started on this one. And I'm going to go ahead and make a duplicate so I can show you guys the two different ways. So normally you would take this image, you would run your preset, and you see that the subject is dark, and most people, I'm going to go ahead and highlight save because we want to try to retain as much as possible. You would start pushing your exposure up until you felt the subject was light, and everybody loves, the light and airy, so you keep pushing, and you're like, oh, that looks beautiful, it's glowy, it's light and airy. Sure, it's not bad, but all of this white actually gets quite distracting. We've lost all of our ripples in the water, and it just almost looks too pushed. It's too forced, I guess, is the best way to put it. So let me show you a trick with Refined, and basically the reason this works with Refined is because of the way the preset is built within the tone curves and such. So instead of pushing the exposure, I'm going to push the shadows, and it's basically just like with film skinning, we're lifting the shadows up. And we can actually knock some exposure down to see if we can retain a little more of the data in the background. So as you can see, let's show you here's the first way, and then there's this way. And if you want to meet in the middle, if you like it a little closer to this super white look, you can, or if you want it kind of like right in the middle, so what you would do is you would just increase your exposure and bring down your shadows a little and find your sweet spot. If these shadows here are a little distracting to you, all you have to do is tweak your blacks. Not too much because you don't want it to get flat. Like I said, since we've already pulled the shadows, we don't want to overdo that. But really look at the difference in the water between the two images. You've maintained that data, which film so lovely does. I'm going to go ahead and redo this real quick because I did tweak it a little more than I normally do. There we go. And yeah. So there's, actually I wanted to bring this down a little bit more. There you go. And so that's the difference. So instead of always pushing this exposure, this contrast, work within the shadow bar. Here's another image, and let's go ahead and same thing, we make a duplicate. So I have two to go on. Run patina, and our first inclination is to do this. Nothing wrong with that. It's still a beautiful image. Let's go ahead and do it the other way. And I'm lifting her, and you can see her blacks still stay very black, and the detail is all there. It still has depth. But instead our background retains the color and the highlights. You keep the data. I believe this way technically looks more film, and this way tends to look more digital. So it's a great tip, sorry, it's early. Great tip to get a better edit on your photos. It's a simple trick, and not sure how well this works with other presets, but I know for sure with mine, with Refined, that the tone curve is what helps maintain the depth of the image without losing too much by using this shadow bar. I hope that helps you guys. Please feel free to comment below and let me know if you like these little videos, these tips and tricks, and I hope to be doing more now that my life has settled down a little and we are in our new home. Thank you again. Bye.